Alrighty, guys, we're back. Sorry I took so long to come back. My barbecue is ready now, and I've just finished garlicking up the meat. So as you can see, I've put a whole bunch of slits in there. You can see it's stuffed with garlic, and we are going to slap that on the Barbie right now. So let's put our phone right here. And we're going to take this like this on our knife. We're going to slap it right down on the barbecue, just like that. Right in the middle, just like that. Close that up, just like that. We're going to let that cook. Okay, just like that, because that's a hunk of meat, and we have to cook that and get that cooking before anything else. So now, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Now we're stay. All right, here we go. We're gonna cut up our shallot now. Oh, I forgot to salt and pepper that steak or that hunk of meat. It's okay. Let's do it now. I'll just quickly do that. Salt and pepper it right now. Never too much salt and never too much pepper. I was gonna put some Montreal steak spice on it too, but I've got garlic in there. I don't want to ruin it with, Montreal steak spice. So we'll just use a bit of salt and pepper for now. Not too much salt, just the right amount of salt. All right. Garlic. That's Montreal. Maybe we will stick a tiny tad of Montreal on there. Just a little pinch. Just a little pinch on there. There we go. Just like that. That's all we need. All right. That's cooking away there. Okay, so I gotta keep rolling that thing too at all times and making sure it doesn't yeah. Make sure that cooks all the way through. I gotta keep rolling it and cooking it. It would have been better if I was doing it in tin foil, but we're not doing that. So let's cut up our shallot, shall we? Shallot we? All right. I do this to peel the skin off the shallot. Just like that. You notice how it peels off nicely. Just like that. And we can get rid of that. We'll grab all this stuff I'm throwing on the ground after, and we'll stick it in our fire when we start our fire tonight with these briquettes that are left. Because that's what we're gonna do, is have a fire. If I remember telling you guys, when you cut into these, there's 2 of them inside. Right? So, generally, there's 2 of them. So I want to take this outer skin off of here. Right, just like that. I don't like that because it carries all this gross stuff right here that I'm peeling off. All that, yuck. That's like a slime. It has a slime on it, and I don't like that. I don't like eating that slime. So, take it off just like that. And I will pick that all up, don't worry. There, now you end up with 2. And we can go ahead and cut these up into small pieces here. Nothing too fancy, just nice pieces, right? And we're going to put it in our frying pan, and then we will cook it up once this thing is almost ready here. We have to wait to cook it though, because we want our meat to be almost done. So for those of you that don't know how to cook with shallots, you just want to lightly cook them. It keeps all the flavor in there. You don't want to caramelize them really, even though some people like them caramelized because they're like an onion. They basically are an onion, except they have a bit of a stronger flavor, I think. All right, so, and like I said, you guys have seen me unbox these, so we're not gonna really do too much talking about them. Although I do like them, they are very handy. Get that out there. We'll set this down here because I need to grab a hunk of butter to put in here. A hunk of butter, just a small piece. You don't need much. Don't need much butter. And we like real butter. We like to use real real butter, not margarine. There we go. That saves some butter for my beans and my potatoes. Alright. And we're gonna stick these shallots right into the pan here. Right in. Just like that. Just like that. And then we'll set those off to the side for now, right there. What else do we need to cut up and get? Oh, our potato. We need to get our potato in a pot with some water and beans in there as well. Let's roll this piece of meat again and make sure that it is cooking okay. We want it to cook evenly throughout the meat, right? So you have to, it's a big piece of meat, so we want it to cook evenly. So let's cut up our big potato here. We'll cut up our big one. Actually no, I'm going to cut up the small one because I'm not having very much. I'm just having the meat and the potatoes and beans and the shallots. So we're going to cut these up into cube size. So we want bigger, thicker slices than what we were going to, than if we were going to make, like, you know what I mean. We're not going to have them, like, because we're not frying them, so we don't need them to go, we can go like this, right? And we can make bigger chunks of them. We don't need them that small. So, there, that's good. Perfect. Grab these again. Ugh. Put them in our small pot, because we don't need our big one. Our big one's too big. Just need our small pot here. Don't need our kettle. Don't need the lid for that. Put that there. Alright, let's go ahead and add these potatoes to the pot. Alright. I don't have a can opener to open my beans. So, where's my beans? There they are. I don't have a can opener to open this. So, here's what, I tell you what we're going to do. A spike. I'm going to put this on the floor here so you can see what I'm doing, and I'm going to move this. But, okay. This is a trick that I was taught when I was a kid by my dad. Whoops, sorry guys. I didn't mean to have you drop like that. This is a trick I was taught by my dad when I was a kid. You go like this, and you hold the can and you go 1, and it opens it. You do it again, right here, right? You go, right? And then you take this one here very carefully. You hold it there, pop it down, and it breaks it off. Just enough that you can get your beans out, right? And then you can go like that. And then break it open once more, right here. You hold your can and your You notice what I'm doing, right? I'm cutting the can open. So I'm pushing the can down right in the spot that it last was. So that I can get the lid off, right? And then you just keep going round and round, just like that, all the way around until the lid comes off. Just all the way around, just like I'm doing. This is if you don't have a can opener. You do this. Just till you can at least bend the lid of the can to pour the beans out, right? Just go like this. And now let's see if we can bend this back enough that we can get our beans out. Maybe not. Not enough yet. Alright, so we have to keep going. Obviously. We have to keep going. Keep going round. Just like this, all the way around. Keeping this on an angle, right? You keep your spike on an angle, and then you can cut the can. I just happen to have this spike sitting in here. Don't ask where it came from. It's a tent peg that I was using. We're using it for a tent peg anyways. I think that's good now. Go ahead and empty the beans into here if they'll come out. Maybe if I can get this to open. There we go. Go ahead and empty the beans into here. Just like that. That's that. Alright. Put our tent peg back there. Give our meat a flip. Like that. You're supposed to cook these in tin foil, but I don't have tin foil to do it in, so I'm trying to do this without, without tin foil. So let's put the lid on that for a little bit. Get that actually starting here. I'm going to close this off a little bit. Actually, we'll go this way with it. There. Just like that. There. Open it up a little more. There. Just like that. Okay. There we go. So, we'll let that finish up. That's our beans and potatoes. We don't need much more water than that, I am assuming. I am going to add a tiny tad more, though. That's good. We're really only trying to steam them, so we're not trying to, boil the heck out of them. We're just trying to steam them. I'll put this on. Get the handles out on that. Up like that. And put that one. I'm going to put the camera back how I had it. There we go. And we'll put this one right back there for now. Just like that. Okay, guys. That's everything all processed. We've got our meat on. We can probably do our put our beans and stuff on now, is what I'm thinking. So, because they're going to take a bit. I got to move that meat. Put this knife down. Just got to pick this meat up, move it right there. Put my beans right there. Turn this way here, like that. There we go. Put our beans right there. And we'll fry up our shallots in a minute, shall we? Shallot we? Set that right there. I need my spatula. Alright, shallots on. This down, that on. Shallots are on. We've got a hunk of meat on here, and we have shallots on here. And beans. So, we got our butter melting. That's good. Everything's going as accordingly to plan. Everything's going to plan as accordingly. That's perfect. Our butter is melting. That's good. I'm going to throw a bit of tiny tad of that in there. Just a bit. It's my secret ingredient. Little bit of garlic to the shallots. That's what makes them key, is a little bit of salt, pepper, and garlic. Let them like that. Like this. Some salt and some pepper and some garlic. No Montreal on those. We don't want Montreal on those. Those we do not want Montreal steak spice on. We just want what we put on. That's all we want. Is what we put on them. Salt, pepper, and garlic. That's it. That's our shallot. Alrighty, guys. Now we just wait for this stuff to start cooking up here. Our meat probably isn't done yet. As a matter of fact, I know it's not done yet. I can still see blood and pink and stuff all in the inside, so... And there's... Yeah, I can still feel how raw it is and bloody on the inside, so... It's not done yet. Nowhere near done yet. And I don't really want to eat raw pork with you guys, so... Not entirely sure how many minutes this video will be, but we'll try. I'll see if I can get all this in one video. Well, I'll make it a two-part video anyway. Because I have the first half of this to put up, and then I have this half. So we'll see if we can get this all in two halves. What I'm hoping is to get it all in two halves. My camera so you can see what I'm doing here. That way you guys can see everything on the barbecue too. What I'm doing. Just stirring these up, getting them... Like I said, if you haven't cooked with shallots before, what I recommend to do is just lightly cook them. Only because that leaves all the flavor in them. So don't caramelize them, right? You don't want to brown them and caramelize them. You just want to keep the flavor in them. So just lightly cook them until they're basically, you know, lightly cooked. Alright. I don't like caramelizing my shallots because then that takes all the flavor out of them. And, right? So you just want to lightly lightly fry them. And this is all frying them over even heat, right? So, and the whole point of doing this video is so we can test this and see how well this works, right? So, we're pretty much just trying it out and seeing how well it works. And because this is, I wanted to do this out at the lake, or out at crabbing, but I didn't make it out today because I slept in. It was raining, and I didn't want to get up in the rain and go crabbing in the rain. So we're just gonna, and then you want to take these off of the heat, but keep them warm. But I don't have any way to keep them warm except for a lid. Lid might keep them warm. Might. Once these are done. They're not quite done yet. You'll know when they're done because they'll all fall apart. They won't stay together in one piece, right? They'll all fall into a bunch of small stringy pieces. Like they'll separate into stringy pieces, right? So, and they won't be crunchy. They'll be soft. You don't want your shallots crunchy, because then they're still somewhat raw, and that's not what you want with the shallots. You do not want raw shallots. I'll give you heartburn. What are these doing? Those are heating up nicely as well. What I'm going to do is cover these like that. Let it get some even cook. Keeps the heat in for a little while. And once we're done with these briquettes, they go straight in the fire. Some of this sawdust on there and some wood, and that's how we'll start our fire out at that pit. Can't really see the pit right now from the angle the camera's sitting at, but that's all right. That's all right. Stick this right there. Use a little stir. My back's getting sore sitting like this. All hunched over like this. That's okay. It gets even sorer straightening it out too, because I'm a sloucher. I don't like, I hate sitting with a straight back. It hurts. So I'm kind of what they call a sloucher. I slouch a lot. Almost. These bad boys are almost done. Those are good. Are those ever good? What we're going to do is we're going to cover these one last time and take them off the heat. We'll set them right down there. Just like that. Right on there. Actually, you know what? I'm going to set it right on there like that, even. What's even better, I'll set it right there like that, yeah. And then we can move this guy over into the heat more. We can move him into the heat more. Yeah, just like that. Get that going on a boil. I'm Throw a tad of salt in there. A little bit. Good. We'll help the water go to a boil. Just like that. And we can put the spices and whatnot not on after we're done boiling that. But that will help that water go to a boil now a little bit quicker. These are staying warm. That's good. They're staying nice and warm. And our meat is almost done. Move it over here. Right there. Our meat is almost done. Or a small piece of pork tenderloin that I said about in the first video there. If you haven't seen the first video, you should go back and watch it before you watch this one. Before you finish this video, you should go back and watch the first half of this. And you'll understand why I'm using a barbecue and not a fire like I usually do. So, the first half of this video will explain everything. We're basically just waiting on those potatoes and stuff to boil. And once they're boiling for a little bit, I'm going to bring this back around. Once the potatoes and stuff are boiling, we'll leave them boil for a couple minutes, and then maybe 3 minutes, 4 minutes, we'll let them boil, then we'll check them, and then, yeah. I'm not trying to boil the heck out of them. Just trying to make them so that they sit, or so that they last, right? We'll use the last of our butter on the potatoes and the beans, and then once I'm done with the beans and whatnot and the potatoes, I can put it all in that small dish there, and it'll all butter up and soak up the rest of the butter in that dish. Try and get as much out of it as we can. I have a spoon and stuff we can scrape it out with. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, we're really just waiting on this now. We sitting at 28 minutes. All right. Hi, Tula. One of the dogs is out here. Hello, boo-boos. Come here. Come here, baby. Stay there. Stay there. Stay there. Back up. Back up, Tula. Thank you. Good girl. Good girl. Sit down. Yeah, good girl. Yeah, good girl. Good girl. I don't want you getting burnt. Good girl. Barbecues and all kinds of stuff here. Yeah, good girl. You sit there, okay? You sit there, be good girl. Yeah, good girl. Sorry, guys. I was talking to one of the dogs. Dogs turn me into a babbling idiot, as you can see. We're just waiting. We are waiting. Well, come on, boil. See, I could have got a pots and pans set that had a removable handle, and you just clipped on the handle on each pan, pot, whatever you wanted, right? And I didn't want that. I wanted ones like these, the real good kind, that have folding handles, and yeah. So I found these wood set, and they're actually pretty cool. They're pretty cool, as you'll see in the unboxing video that I'll be posting. So, yeah. Oh, hello, Smokey. Now we have the German Shepherd, Smokey, down here. Smokey. And she's like, totally ignoring me. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, sweetheart. What you smell? Hey, babies. Oh, yeah. No, away she goes. She's a silly dog, that one is. She rarely comes down here. That's actually the first I've seen her down here in quite a while. She very rarely comes down. She doesn't leave the top of the driveway very often. So, check these bad boys out and see how they're doing. Almost. They're doing good. Almost boiling. They're almost boiling. Oh yeah. We'll let those come to a boil. Yeah. All right, let those come to a boil and just wait. You'll know when they come to a boil too, because you'll hear the pot boiling. You hear the water inside. So it just takes longer because it's on a briquette stove, so, or a briquette barbecue, whatever. But yeah. So, yeah, basically this is just a testing video to see how things work with the barbecue, so you can see me use it and whatnot, and see how, how well it actually works and whatnot. But like I said in the beginning of this series, this two-part series, I was in the first video, I said that I was going up island and I'm going to see my grandma and stuff like that. So I'll be doing other fishing and whatnot in a boat. So I won't be, and probably a different kind of fishing too. Most likely, I'm not going to ruin the surprise, but it's a different kind of fishing that I don't usually do. So, yeah, but I will hopefully make a video soon about that, and I'll explain more about the fishing we're going to be doing. Then I'll explain then when I get up there and I start, I start doing that fishing. So that's what we'll do. We'll do that, yeah. Yeah. Let's check these again here and see if they're... Oh, they're starting. Haha, they're starting. They're starting to boil, so we'll let them... Once they are boiling like that, we'll let them boil for a good... Ooh, I don't know. 2 minutes at least. I want the potatoes cooked, so... I don't want the potatoes hard. I like my potatoes soft, so I can mash them up. And I need to get my fork and knife ready. So that means I need to open this, and I need to get this off. I need to take this thing right off of here, because this I don't need right now, but I do need the spoon. Put this just right here for now, and that can go over there as well. Like that. All right. Now I've got a spoon for the butter to put the butter in the pot, or well, in the pot. Yeah, I guess we could do it that way. Put the butter in the pot and then stir it all together, and then once I'm finished with what I have, we'll stick it back in the butter container there and soak up the rest of the butter that's in the container. So I'll put this spoon right there for now. I want to look at these and see if these are done yet. These potatoes, I want to see how they are. Almost. They're soft, but they're not soft enough. They don't break when I stab them. So, and that's what you want. You want them to break when you stab them. And the fork just went straight in and came out. So, well, went in and stuck. So they're not quite done. Almost. And this guy, I don't want to poke him, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll him over like that. There we go, just like that. Keep rolling him so he stays warm and cooked. But we're gonna take that meat off now anyways. It has to cook, it has to cool anyways before we actually eat the meat. So grab this and this. Oh yeah! Alright, put that way so we have our spice side up. This is all gonna have to be washed again. Oh, I'm gonna have to buy more shallots next payday. I'm gonna have to buy some more shallots next payday. Alright. That's the only thing left cooking. So we're gonna plate up our shallots now. And I'm gonna test those one more time here. Test that potato. Oh, she broke. Good. They're done. They're done. Alright, so now, once I get this plated here, I'm going to go and we'll get that fire started right away. So that you guys can see the fire. And see how I start my fires now. So now, when we're plating shallots, yeah, we'll just leave it here. When we're plating the shallots, I like to just scrape them out. Make a whole pile of noise and scrape them out. No, I'm just kidding. Just bugging. But I do. I like to you just take them and you scrape them onto your plate. Doesn't matter if you use your fork or your spatula, but I'm just using my fork and I'm going to scrape them right on top of that meat. So we're going to go with this. Take this meat right here, right? We're going to scrape these shallots right on top of there, just like that. Oh yeah. Let them fall off onto the plate. Oh. Like that. Plate up those shallots. I'm gonna have a joy washing this stuff. At least it's not all stuck in there like it was last time. Okay. Now, I'm gonna put this down so I can drain my my things here. I need to drain my potatoes and carrots. I mean, my potatoes and beans. I'll be right back, guys. carrots, they're beans. Sorry. I had to think about that one for a while I was draining them. They're not carrots, they're beans, DJ. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. Grab our cutting board so we don't burn ourselves this time. Well, we haven't burnt ourselves yet, but I don't want to put a hot pot really on me. So take our spoon and scoop this out into there. Take our spoon and scoop it all out of here. Get most of the butter we can out of here. You know us and our butter. You know me and my butter. I like my butter. Use like a half a pound of butter every time we cook. Just bugging. We don't actually use a half a pound of butter, but maybe. Actually, maybe we do. I don't know. I really don't know. Now we just stir it around, get that butter in there and melting. Just the way it is. Yeah. Stir that around. Mix everything up. Get that butter in there, all melting. Oh, yeah. Stir that in there just like that. Get that all melty. And when we add our spices to this, man, this is gonna be so good. Like you guys are gonna like see me like orgasming in my mouth. Okay, for kids that heard that, never mind what that word is. It means that you're having a really good taste in your mouth. We'll say that for lack of better word, I guess. So, all right, let's spice these up now. A little bit of salt, not too much salt, just the right amount of salt. Pepper, not too much pepper also. Like I said, we have Montreal steak spice going in too, so with that, we don't want to add too much pepper. Yeah, that's enough pepper. Our Montreal is going in. A little bit of Montreal in there. Why not? Just because. We'll throw a bit of garlic in there. I should have boiled some garlic with this, but oh well. I didn't. A little bit of garlic. Just like that. Not too much, because that'll spoil it if we add too much. And stir that all around. Get that all stirred and mixed in. And then we'll dump it on our plate. I'm pretty sure I'm going to eat all this, because I'm a hungry boy. I haven't eaten anything yet today. So, and I got up this morning and I went out right away and had to help my caregiver do some bricks. Or get some Allen blocks, I mean. So, that actually is not bad. That's not bad. Stick that right back down there. Just like that. Grab our... that, and we'll dump that right on there. Oh, yeah. Oh boy, I've used the pot, finally! I used one of the pots. Oh boy, this is going to be a joy to clean out tonight. I better not forget either. I'll have to do that when I go in tonight for the night. Clean this pot. I'm cleaning the pot anyways, so it don't really matter. We have our knife for cutting the meat, which is... Shit, where did I put that now? Oh joy. Oh, there it is. Haha, haha, haha. Okay. We have our big cutting knife. Meat. We'll put our spoon right down there. We don't need it anymore. Alrighty guys, we've got a meal. Potatoes, beans, pork loin. Oh my god. Shallots. Oh my god. I want to try these beans. I have a general rule. I don't eat my meat until the very last. I want to try these. Oh my god, that's good. Oh yeah. That is really good. Hopefully I don't eat this so undisgracefully this time. This is so good. So good. Oh yeah. I had to make sure this whole piece of meat was cooked, right? There's a piece of garlic fell out of the meat. What's that, a shallot? That's a shallot. Well, the shallots aren't too overdone. They're perfect. Everything's perfect. I got a feeling that meat's going to be good too. Hopefully it's not dry inside. So tell me in the comments what you think. If it's going to be dry and overcooked, or underdone, or just right. I don't know. I have to cut in and see. That's why I'm letting it sit for a minute before I actually eat it. I want to make sure it cooks all the way through. Or finishes anyways. Oh my god, guys, this is so good. This is really good. Really, really good. It's coming down the driveway. Oh. Sorry about that. I had to be quiet because I didn't want him to start yakking. And I was mumbling to him quietly. He's deaf, so not fully, but he's deaf. But so I was trying to ask quietly for something that I needed. So, but anyways, guys, you did see how the barbecue works. I'm going to sit here and enjoy this meal. And you've seen how the barbecue works. I've tested well, I haven't cut into the meat yet. We'll wait until I cut in the meat before I clean this up. I want to cut into this meat so you can see it. So we'll do that right now. I'm not gonna eat a piece yet. I'll try a piece, but I want to cut into this meat and see how it is. So let's cut into the meat. Make a spot here between all these shallots on top. And we'll cut down into it. What do you think? Overcooked, undercooked, or just right? Overcooked, undercooked, or just right? What do you think? What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments. I think she's done just right. Alright, guys. Alright, guys. I am going to try a piece of this for you quickly. And then I am going to log off of here. And eat my food. Oh, yes. She is done really good. Just right, guys. Just the right amount of moisture. That enhances the flavor, all that garlic in there. Oh, she's done. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I hope it was informational. I mean, you've seen how the barbecue worked. I'm hoping that I can get recording when I get up island still as well. Like I said, I'll try and get on a live video and do a live stream on YouTube as well, if I can, if I remember. I'm hoping I will. I should. But I will try and record and film up there as much as I can. And I'll also try and film and do a live video, a couple of them maybe. All right, guys, tight lines, take it easy, and stay tuned for more videos. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, share the video, and thank you. Stay tuned for more.